back live with another crime scene photos. Yes, we're going to another case. But it is well tonight on a Saturday, well technically Sunday here at 12:35, and we're live. Yeah, and you know the deal. Demonetized over 4 years on YouTube, 100,000 views with 1.k videos. Go ahead and just donate to my Cash App. Link on the channel page rings to with the Z. Link on the channel page. You'll see my logo. Keep the channel going, man. Keep these live stream going. I need financing, sponsorship. Let's go support. So Jennifer Kesse, Tuesday, January 24th, 2006. Another 2006 here. Disappeared. Last seen. This one's interesting. We do have, yes, we have CCTV from 2006. Unfortunately, this one is really shitty compared to Brian Schaefer. But we're gonna go. We got the Reddit up, we got some theories, we got some updates on the case, blah, blah, blah. This is a big missing persons case. You know, a big mystery here about Jennifer. Where she went, or who this person is, excuse me. So let's just read real quick. On January 23rd of 2006, Jennifer Joyce Kesse, 24-year-old finance manager, disappeared from her home in Orlando, Florida. January 24th, they're saying on Google. 23rd to 24th, okay. A finance manager. Yes? Okay. That's a hell of a job. Hold on. So, Jennifer Kesse was a finance manager. Well. Money? What do you mean a finance manager? I want to know more. A 24-year-old finance manager disappeared from her home in Orlando, Florida. Her car was found about a mile away shortly afterward. Really? Wow. A mile away. Okay, that's a note. That's a note. Yes, so we're going to do the mile away thing. Mile away. We got footage of this person. Okay. Security footage captured an unidentified, person of interest, quote unquote, parking the vehicle and walking away. But the individual could not be identified due to poor image quality, a fence obstructing the view, and the lack of distinguishing features. Okay. This disappearance received national media attention. No arrests have been made, and Kesse's whereabouts remain unknown. In October of 2025, her father announced that investigators had identified new DNA evidence and significantly narrowed the pool of suspects, and the case is no longer considered cold. Really? Tit me. No shit. So, really, that's an interesting development in this case. If it is indeed a development, there's not much developing I see since 2025 of this. Anyways, very young, 24. So there's not much biography here except for a graduate of a high school in Tampa, Florida. Kesse attended college, and degree in finance. Money. At the time she disappeared, she was working as a finance manager at Central Florida Investments Timeshare Company in OC. Westgate Resorts is an American timeshare resort company headquartered in Orlando, Florida, founded with 1982 by David A. Siegel with the opening. Wow. Really? Central Florida Investments Timeshare Company at 24. Was this motivated for money? So motive is money, okay? The reason I'm gonna say that is gonna be clear here, but we're gonna start off that this motive is not for assault. This motive is not, because apparently she was gonna be disappear on her way to work, to her Central Florida Investments Timeshare Company. Anyways, had recently bought a condominium in Orlando. Wow, really? She got money. She has money. Money, money, money. Okay. We're somewhere. Um, the weekend before she vanished, Kesse vacationed with her boyfriend on St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. This is an island in the Caribbean. Wow. After returning on Sunday, she spent that night at her boyfriend's home in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then drove straight to work on the morning of Monday, January 23rd, 2006, which is approximately a 3-hour drive. Hold on a second. Kesse was last known to have been seen when she left work. Okay. Wait a second. Cool. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Kesse was. We're still reading here. Disappearance. We're getting some map of where the car was parked and where her complex was. Kesse was last known to have been seen when she left work at approximately 6 p.m. on January 23rd of 2006. She spoke by phone with her father while driving home at around 6:15 p.m. All right. So this is a little. We're gonna straighten this out because there's something I'm reading here with Wikipedia, with her communication that we need to straighten out. Okay, so it says Kesse is last known to have been seen when she left work at approximately 6 p.m. on the 23rd of January 2006. She spoke by phone with her father while driving home at around 6:15. All right, and then with her boyfriend at around 10 p.m. That's a long. She's chilling. Everything seems to be fine at 10. She was in the habit of texting or telephoning her boyfriend before leaving for work, so it was unusual when she did neither the next morning. His call went straight to voicemail. When Kesse failed to arrive at work, her employer contacted her parents, who set out on a 2-hour drive from their home to hers. Kesse's parents noted that her car was missing, but saw nothing out of the ordinary in her home. A wet towel and some clothes laid out, among the other things, suggested that she had showered, dressed, prepared for work that morning. Friends and family distributed flyers about Kesse that evening. The Orlando Police Department organized search parties on foot and on horseback, as well as by boat, helicopter, car, and ATV. The timeline is approximate based on witness statements. We're going to go to the footage, everyone. We do have this footage of this person of interest. I'm going to warn you, this footage is grainy. This footage is shitty. It's probably the worst footage you're going to see for 2006. Horrible, but it's something. It's something. Very strange case here. You have a lot, right? But you have so little. So let's take a look. The timeline. This is Wikipedia, so we got to go through the timeline. This apparently has been some DNA recovered. And I'm thinking the DNA is going to be recovered from the vehicle. That is what they have. The big piece of evidence here is going to be this vehicle, her vehicle, and the CCTV. And this DNA from the vehicle. If there's any DNA, everyone, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. Definitely, thank you. I'm demonetized for 4 years, so any support is appreciated. Thank you. So yes, the DNA is from the vehicle. Even if the cops don't say it's not, I'm sure that's what we're looking at here. This person. The only evidence we have is no body. We have no murder scene. We have no signs of a struggle. All we have is this grainy ass, blurry CCTV footage of the person that did it and parked her car where they parked it, and yeah, left the car as evidence. Left the car as evidence. Give me a second. Why would you leave this car? Why would you park this car, guys? The car parked. Why? That's a huge thing in this case, right? That's if we can answer that question about why this person is gonna park her car back around that area, like that is something we have to go through, guys. I think that has a lot to do with this case and solving it. You know, it's okay. It's granted we don't have a clear shot of this individual. We're gonna take a look at it together, okay? We will, and we will go hard on it. All right, we're gonna go fucking close, so damn close. We're gonna see his motherfucker if he shaves or not. What razor he's shaving. What aftershave. You could smell it. That's how close we're gonna get to this fuck. All right off the bat, guys. It's, you know, you're gonna think about a male or female suspect, right? Now I have seen this footage in the past, but we're gonna analyze it. together. All right, and that's where, it's going to be the question I'm looking for is male or female, walk or mannerisms. Narrow down the suspect list. The car being parked is so huge. It's unusual behavior, in a case like this. Really is. You're taking. We're gonna, you know, I'm sure the cops have. This is a huge piece of evidence. This car, you know. You think that the camera here is a big piece? Yeah, it's good, but they got DNA off the car apparently. You ain't getting DNA off video. They got nothing off the video apparently. We're gonna look further into it, and they got plenty of tools. All we have is a 4K camera, right? From an iPhone 16. So listen, on witness statements, here's the approximate timeline based on witness statements. So unfortunately, I guess Kesse, if she had a cell phone, she could be tracked to the T. Monday, January 23rd of 2006 at 6 p.m., she leaves work. All right, they confirm all this. They're probably confirming this on cell phone records and witnesses. Times that are based on witness statements. Okay, so where's your wait a second, why can't you just match it up with damn cell phone records? She's making calls and texts and ping her cell phone. I don't know. Anyways, this boyfriend looks to be in the clear, huh? So he's not a problem. Because this person we've seen has nothing to do. All right, so at 6 p.m. she leaves work. She calls her parents. She calls her dad, per usual. And this will be, in fact, the last time that her family would hear from her. No one's going to hear from him after this. Her family, no one's going to hear from her. All right, 6 p.m., all right, her family, but the boyfriend's going to hear. She arrives home for the first time since having left for vacation. Wow, stop right there. That's... All right, give me a second. Give me 1 second here. So 6 p.m., right? She leaves, she gets home. She's chilling at home till 10. So 4 hours, right? 4 hours, no contact to the boyfriend. No contact to family. Okay, guys? I want you to hang with me here for a second. This time gap bothers me. And it's like, well, what does it bother you? She probably took a nap or... All right. Did the boyfriend say that? What did he say that she did for the 4 hours? That's a long gap to not talk to family, not talk to the boyfriend. All right. Why the gap of 4 hours? 4-hour gap, guys. Don't know. At 10 p.m., Kesse and her boyfriend talk by phone, and they say their goodnights. He is the last known person to speak with her before her disappearance. All right. That's a long gap, though. We're going to cover. Maybe we'll come back to that. Tuesday, January 4th. So at 7:38 a.m., whatever, investigators initially believed that Kesse was abducted as she was walking from her front door to her car. And they now believe that she left her condominium complex and was abducted at some point on her way to work. Investigators initially believed... Hey, Harley Moon 8168. How are you this Saturday night, Sunday morning? Thank you very much for hopping in. Harley Moon, everybody, 8168. Hello. We are talking Jennifer Kesse, missing with no trace since 2006, 20 years. So we're giving the due. And we're going to look at some footage. But thank you, Harley. How are you? Do you know about this case? What is your theory? I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. That's what we do here at the Real World Viewer channel. We get to the bottom of these cases. Check out the streams. There's plenty. But thank you, and videos. Thank you, Harley, for saying hi. Appreciate the time. All right. Okay. Okay, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm reading this in my head because, okay, they're saying that she might have been abducted initially. That word bothers me. I'm not taking this as a police report, but because then I'm going to scrutinize the words, the wording here. Initially believed. Damn. Well, okay, what do they believe now? That Kesse was abducted as she's walking from her front door to her car. Fair enough. Where is this condominium? Is it on the first, second floor? Are we going to Google Earth this place? Yeah, we should Google Earth probably the location where this car was parked. You know, come on, man, something's got to click. Nothing's clicking just yet, everyone. It's pretty unusual as of now. We're only 15 minutes in. 88% charged. Damn, the phone goes. From 8 to 9, Kesse's boyfriend, who she would normally call but did not, calls her on the way to work. Calls her on the way to work, but it goes directly to the voicemail. He chalks it up to a meeting she had mentioned to him. His subsequent attempts are likewise unsuccessful. Kesse's parents call him to say that she failed to show up at work. At 11 a.m., 3 hours on, alarmed at Kesse's uncharacteristic no-call, no-show behavior, her employer contacts her parents who begin to drive from Tampa to Orlando. On the way, they call and ask the manager of her condominium to check her home with the spare key. He reports that everything appears normal inside and that her car is missing outside. 12 p.m., only 1.2 miles from Kesse's home, surveillance cameras at an apartment complex record a person. Wow, this is all happening pretty significantly fast. Right, guys? They're really, from 2006, they're really obtaining this evidence against this person fairly quickly. But why does it go cold? Why does it stop? Well, we're going to find out. Apparently, it's picked up, guys. They got DNA. Trace evidence from the car. At 12 p.m., so this person wasn't all that ready, huh? All of the surveillance in the apartment complex record a person parking her car and walking away. The car and footage are not discovered until 2 days later. Okay, fair enough. Okay, 3 p.m. to 3:50. This person wanted the car found. Person wanted the car found. It's so strange to park the car. Yeah. Oh, my son wanted to know if I was streaming live. I said yes. So he has this phone. Are you watching your daddy? I love it. Thank you for the support, son. So you gotta have support, guys. But this is not for kids. You know, but it is your dad, so I'll keep it clean. Try my best. All right. So we're looking at Jennifer Kesse's case. We have nothing is clicking just yet for me, honestly. This is a hard one. So 11 a.m., alarmed at Kesse's uncharacteristic no-call, no-show behavior, employer contacts her parents. They make this, they can drive out. But this surveillance here of the car and the person who parked her car in this parking lot a mile away from her complex, 1.2 miles to be exact, wasn't discovered until 2 days later. The cops get on it, but they're still on it. They're fire on this. They got it all real quick. 3 p.m. to 3:15, Kesse's parents and brother arrive at her apartment. They find evidence that she had been home that morning. They call the police. As Kesse is an adult, police usually hold that they may. All right. She's an adult, guys. She left on her own volition, wait 48 hours. Anyways, 5 friends, family and friends saturate the area with flyers that shows Kesse's picture. The police sent a detective to her home, begin interrogations and searches, and then Thursday, January 26th of 2006 at 8 p.m., seen Kesse's car on the news. A tenant of a nearby complex informs the police that it has sat abandoned in front of their apartment for several days. Give me a second here, because you know what's strange is like this person wants the car to be found. Give me my fucking pen. Wants the car to be found, right? And it's not found for 2 days. Who's this person that calls on the car? A tenant of a nearby complex. Okay, so a tenant of a nearby complex, just like a person, right? I'm sorry, I'm laughing. This is ridiculous. What do you mean? Hold on a second, guys. You park the car, right? All right, 1.2 miles away from her apartment. Sure. not a problem. And then you walk off. We're gonna just watch the video of this person walking off, probably close to where they parked the car. They don't live too far. All right. So there's two reasons. That's a reason for parking the car, around that area, because the person's parking their car because they, first of all, they want the car to be found. Don't ask me why just yet, but they want the car to be found because they're not hiding it. They're not putting it in the ocean, or they're not chop shopping it. So they're parking the car 1.2 miles, right about a mile away from her apartment. They want it to be found pretty close. And then this person gets out and walks. We're going to watch the footage of him walking away after parking the car. So why do you park a car? I know why you parked the car. It's committed a crime, whatever, right? But why? Because he's walking close to where they are, right? So where they live. Huh? So they get out, and they walk home. Where do you think this person's walking? You know? So they get out of the car. They just walk wherever they're going to go. They go to their apartment. It's close by. So when they get close by to wherever they're going, they have a good visual vantage point of this parking lot. Does it make sense to have a good visual of the parking lot to see when the car is going to be found and when the cops pull up, if they ever do? And this dude's expected someone probably to find the car for some reason that there's, I don't know, and they don't, so he has to call it in himself as a tenant of a nearby complex. Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah, I know. He's watching my stream. Isn't that awesome?
yeah.
Yeah, very cool, buddy. Love you. Go to bed, all right? It's very late. They shouldn't see you up. You understand? Kids are going to sleep at this. It's Saturday. I let them stay up a little late. All right. Thank you. They want to support their dad. They love it. They want me to be the YouTuber. So listen, what do you think about that? What do you think of that reasoning there? Of that play out, huh? This person, we're gonna watch the CCTV footage of this person, and what you're gonna ask yourself is, this person parks the car a mile away, right? He gets out and he walks to wherever his destination is, which is pretty damn close, and then he's got somewhere to go, right? He's to go to get inside. But listen, he's watching the car from a vantage point very close by to see when the cops pull up or find it, but no one does for 2 days, and then he has to call it in himself. So he just calls it in. He's like, yeah, I said, you know that car on the news you're looking for? Hey, guess what? It's in this fucking random parking lot over here. Yeah, I was just looking out my window and searching with my eyes every single parking lot around me from my balcony, because this case really fascinates me, and I'm really fascinated with the case and Jennifer Kesse, that I fucking I know cars and shit, and I was like, yo, fuck it. That's her car, bro. Who has a Chevy Malibu? That shit's expensive. And yeah, what do you think? At 8:10 a.m. in the morning, bright and fucking early on a Thursday. What time did she go missing? 7:30 to 8:10 a.m. She's believed to be abducted. 2 days later on Thursday, at 8 the same time in the morning, somebody calls in bright and early and says, hey, you know that car on the news you're looking for? It's parked in this brand new parking lot amongst other cars. But I happened to catch it and see it with my naked eye among other white Chevy Malibus or white cars in this lot. I was specifically looking for, Jennifer Kesse's car that was on the news. And guess what? I happened to see it. It's over here. Can you guys go get it? The vehicle is photographed and it's taken for forensic examination. Police examined local surveillance footage and discovered an unidentified person parking a car and walking away. What about this person that called it in? Do they look like this person in the camera? Pretty fucking close, probably, right? That's weird, guys. It's very abnormal. It's like, what is that, a Crime Stoppers tip? Like, that's a fucking hell of a tip, right? Well, listen, sir, ma'am. How the fuck? You are on it. We couldn't even find this car. We got helicopters. We got APBs on APGs on APCs. I mean, we can't find this fucking car. You know what it reminds me of? That Making a Murderer case with the girls going to the parking lot, right? And they find all these cars. They find this one fucking car. So here you go. This person had all these cars in the whole damn city. He's seeing that, huh? Very good. Very good. So moving on, the investigation with no sign of the forced entry, right? No struggle. Investigation initialized and 3 arrived. And on the morning of January 24th, Kesse went to the apartment for work and locked her front door. Bang! That's when she's abducted at some point while walking toward or getting into her car. On January, everything's with the car. So why not? Sure, it's the car. It's the car. It wasn't to hijack the car. But what is the purpose of this whole thing? That's what we're trying to get at. What's the purpose of Jennifer Kesse? And it's like, she's got a good car. She's got her own condominium. She's got a great job. She's got good money. Is it money? Possibly money. Possibly money. Really. But this person didn't take the Malibu. He didn't chop shop it. He didn't sell it. He didn't scrap it. He parked it because he wanted it to be found. When it wasn't found, within 2 days, he got very impatient and called it in himself. Who is this fucking person? I want to know this person that is calling in these cars. They're amazing. Well, they should be on YouTube doing crime videos. Like, seriously, like, who the fuck is this person? They doing this in 2006, calling cars in. Holy shit, what a tip that is. I mean, listen, I got information on a crime that could probably solve it down the line with DNA, trace evidence, a really big piece of evidence. How much is that worth? No, this person, apparently, if they were interested in money, right? But no, they were interested in the car being found. You know? Why? I don't know. We're going to get there. Because this person parked it a mile away, so they knew the car would be found. They wanted it to be found. But it wasn't found in 2 days, so they called it in. Makes sense. We're going to watch the video of this person. You're going to ask yourself, are they male or female? Well, who's capable of doing this? I don't think it would be a female. We're going to check it. We're going to check it. Thanks for the 2 likes. I appreciate everybody tonight. Thanks to Harley Moon as well. And everybody that comes in and out. I appreciate you guys. Jennifer Kesse. Florida. Missing person since 2006. January. Orlando. 5'8". 24 years old. Disappeared on the 23rd of January of 2006. We got footage. We got the person. We got him. We got him. We got him. The cops got him. We got him. We got videotape. We got video of the perpetrator, the possible suspect in this disappearance of 20 years. We got it. We have it. Why don't we have this person? We have a car. We have DNA. DNA, supposedly, they got it. 2025, they bust out DNA on this car. They finally have something. They're probably genealoging it by tree or something. This person is in the area, you know, watching Jennifer Kesse. Oh, there is no doubt. Jennifer Kesse just got back from vacation. She was gone for the weekend, you know? Interesting. Anyways. Here's what the cops say, that there's no sign of entry or struggle. She's abducted. When she comes out, they force her in her own car by force. Okay, no screaming, no yelling. Interesting. I don't want to go through that right now. It's too much. Abducted at some point while walking toward her car on the 26th around 8 p.m. when her black Chevrolet Malibu was found parked at another apartment complex a mile away of her own. Listen, it's a black car at that. It's not white. Black Chevrolet Malibu. So it's not even white. Black is even harder to spot amongst other black cars. How many black cars, right? Was found parked at another apartment complex about a mile from her own. 1.2. Down the street. Investigators discovered that the parking lot where the car was found was surveilled by several hidden cameras. This person didn't know that there was cameras. Well, very good. Very good. They must have not lived by there too close. I mean, what does that mean? They didn't know there was cameras. They're really obscured, though, by fencing and the shitty quality of 2006 pixelation. CCTV. Investigators that parking lot where the car was found was surveilled by several hidden cameras, which showed an unidentified person of interest dropping Kesse's vehicle off at approximately noon the day she went missing. Noon. Oh, a couple hours he needed. None of her family or friends recognized the person whose physical features were not clear in the video, despite the extensive camera coverage and multiple snapshots of the person of interest we're going to look at, the complex fencing surrounding the lot obscured the suspect's face. Excuse me. The FBI was called in to help determine the person's size and gender, but could only say that the person stood between 5'3" and 5'5", which is shorter than Jennifer, right, who stood 5'7". Well, what does that tell you, everyone? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tells you a lot. The person's shorter than her. What does it tell you? Well, it tells me there was a gun involved. That's what it tells me. Easy peasy. You know, this motherfucker, whoever it was, woman, man, child, it doesn't matter. You know, to force Jennifer at 5'7", being bigger, just by the surveillance video and matching up the fencing, they can measure this person's height. Between 5'3" and 5'5". So at max, this person's 5'5". Jennifer's 5'7" max. So you're definitely at a disadvantage because, you know, you're going to have a gun on you. So there's a gun involved. That is for sure. So you can't see a gun in his pants? This person's got to be bringing the weapon out with them. There's no fucking way. Like, no? It's not left. Whatever. Despite the extensive camera coverage and multiple snatches of the person, the complex fencing surrounding, right? We're going to see this video. The FBI was called in to help determine the size. They did that, guys. Jennifer's towering over this person. Yeah. NASA also enhanced the video to help identify the suspect. NASA! Let's go, NASA. Use your fucking shit for something, right? For Jennifer Kesse, and if I go missing, NASA, come up. Right, boys and girls, come up. But Honeymoon, thank you very much, Harley Moon, everybody else coming in now. I appreciate the likes, the 2 likes as well. 31 minutes. Too bad there isn't too much interest in Jennifer Kesse anymore, huh? Maybe there'll be a break in the case, which there is going to be soon, it looks like. There is DNA evidence. So a search dog tracked the scent that led from her parked car back to her apartment complex, prompting detectives to believe that the suspect might have returned to her apartment's parking lot after abandoning that car. A search dog tracked the scent. Let me read that again. A search dog tracked the scent that led from her parked car back to her apartment complex, prompting the detective to believe that the suspect might have returned to her apartment's parking lot after abandoning the car. Is that where he headed? When he parks the car, is he headed back there? No other evidence was found along the route. That's weird because, okay, it makes sense where he's... But, okay. But by this time, people are all over that parking lot, right? The family's there, right? This person, who is this person? It's someone... What? That's weird because if they go back there now at 12 or anything past what they're doing now, right? No, this footage was only discovered 2 days later. They're just... I don't... This is getting... Okay. All right. Let's keep going with it. So... No other evidence was found, all right? A forensic examination of the car yielded little in the way of evidence, but now, in 2025 of October, guys, there's DNA. And they're not saying where the DNA came from, but more than likely it came from this car. Dusted in and out for years. Only a Latin print and a small DNA fiber. So they pulled the fiber from somewhere and they pulled the print. Where do you think that's all from? The car. Everything transpired in this car. You know, the car is probably the big piece of evidence. Investigators deduced that the car had been wiped down. Oh, excuse me. And not good enough? Where is this evidence? It's not in the apartment. That apartment was contaminated by everybody coming in and out of it. What are you talking about? So it's definitely the car, guys. You know? It was wiped. They deduced that it had been wiped down, but not good enough, apparently. But they could see that this person was... There was a crime committed in the car, huh? Whatever. Valuables were left inside the car. Ooh, which caused valuables. They're not telling us exactly what, but it sounds like money, jewels, right? Credit cards. They're trying to say valuables. Well, what is a credit card valuable? Possibly. I know jewels are, and money is, right? Money is definitely valuable. They're talking cash. When they take that valuables were left behind, guys, I'm really thinking jewels or cash. You know, like cash money, watches, rings. She had all this money, but no cell phone. Wait, we're gonna go with the cell phone. Hold on, there's just something here. So no other evidence. Okay, investigators deduced that the car had been wiped down. Okay, very good. Because no fingerprints, right? From her or that, right? That's maybe how they deduced that there should be fingerprints from her. It's her car. It's Jennifer Kesse's car. But there's no fingerprints from Jennifer, so they're probably like, whoa, well, this is wiped down. But they found some DNA fiber in a Latin print. I wonder what Latin means. Probably like little or less. Not fully. Valuables were left inside the car, which called detectives to rule out robbery as a motive. Okay, so money, guys, my original motive for money, negative, right? Let's go negative on the money. Damn. Yeesh. That's not good. Fuck. What? Wait a second, because what's really chilling is that, you know, this valuable is left in the car. Being so small of stature as well, you know, is a problem to me. You know what I mean? Who the fuck? This person has a gun, that's for sure. They're not interested in money. Okay. Valuables were left inside the car, which caused detectives to rule out robbery as a motive. However, the following items are known to be missing: her cell phone, her iPod, her keys, her purse, her briefcase, and the outfit she was wearing. Guess where that is? Authorities were unable to ping her cell phone, its power remaining off. Her bank account keycard has not been used since her disappearance. Guess where that stuff is then? Guess where it is? It's with her. Hey? Yeah. Valuables were left inside the car. But these other items are missing still. Her phone, her iPod, her keys, her purse, her briefcase, and the outfit, all with her. Thrown with her, or buried with her, or... This person, like, how could you take her that far? You know, everyone? You can't take her too far. And these items are with her because they're not found in the car. Okay? So I believe they're with her. This person didn't take the items with them. You see them? You were going to see them in surveillance, guys. They didn't take these items with them. No items were taken. So not from the house, not from, right? Apparently the briefcase, the pod, so it's with her. All these items, the cell phone, the iPod, they can't ping the phone because it's dead. It's destroyed. Wherever this body is, destroyed the phone, destroyed the iPod. Her keys are with her, her purse will be found with her, her briefcase will be with her, and she'll be found in the outfit she was wearing when she left for work. Yeah, that's how, when they do find it, there's anything left as far as materialistic things. This person doesn't have it. He's the last person to see her alive. He doesn't have her stuff. He didn't drop it off somewhere, did he? Nah. So there you go. That's what the stuff is. That's why they can't ping the phone. And that's why the cards are not being used. Not just not to get caught, but just, you know, it's with her. Not interested in the money for some reason. Got a problem with Jennifer, apparently. As is customary, investigate. We're going to watch the footage. You hang in there, small world. We're getting there. As it is customary, investigators first question Kesse's immediate family and their close friends, which you should thereby do, to see if any of them could have had a motive to abduct her. Her ex-boyfriend, recently upset and wishing to get back together with her, was also interrogated, but it was concluded that he had nothing to do with her abduction. Her current boyfriend was also questioned, but he was also eliminated as a suspect. At the time of her disappearance, Kesse's condominium complex had been undergoing a major expansion, and many of the laborers on site were non-English speaking. Right, this is that case. Kesse told family members on several occasions that the construction workers were constantly catcalled, whistled at her, and harassed her. Due to the language barrier, investigators were unable to interrogate many of them. No other leads regarding them were discovered. Good night, love you. Give me a moment. Detectives then turned their focus to her place of employment again, questioned her coworkers. Her computer was taken for forensic examination, which revealed that a manager where she worked designed a relationship with her. But that she had refused his advances because she opposed workplace relationships. Detectives interviewed this manager multiple times but ultimately ruled him out as a suspect. Investigators and Kesse's friends and family remained open to the theory that she fell victim to human trafficking but considered it less likely than others. They're offering a $1 million reward for information leading to her whereabouts. But the stipulation is that she's got to be alive, found alive for the $1 million. But it was never claimed. You get $5,000 if her remains are found off your information from Central Florida Crime Line. The FBI took over. What? I'm not. Yeah, when I'm done, it's gonna be a while, son. Sorry. Ex-mommy, she's in there. Ex your mother. Love you. Love you, son. All right. Ex your mother. She'd love to sleep with you. So the FBI in 2010 took over from the Orlando Police Department. They took over the case. It did do so at the urging of their own police chief. In 2018, Kesse's parents filed suit against the Orlando to gain access to the public records in the case. The lawsuit was settled in March, allowing the family access to 16,000 pages of records. In December of 2003, reported the investigators of Kesse's parents have been turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Cold Case Unit, bang, on March 20th of 20, coinciding with her 44th birthday. Oh, shit, poor girl. The FDL announced that they had gone through thousands of pages of documents, spoken about 45 people since the case was turned over to the unit December 22. They also announced they identified several persons of interest. In Kesse's disappearance, stated the case is no longer considered cold. Wow. The FDLE also said that the artificial intelligence may potentially be able to identify person of interest seen on camera shortly after Kesse disappeared. I was going to say that AI should be able to remove the fencing and clear up the image and, give us a really better picture of facial features of this person, male or female, right? Male. Somebody have a grudge with Kesse? Because that's what you're thinking. If it's a female, we're going to look at the footage and we're going to get it without the AI. It's good, though. I was making that same thing, guys. On October 21st of 2020, it was announced that by Kesse's father, Drew, that the FDLE has found a DNA within evidence that had not been previously tested, which contradicts a previous statement by the Orlando Police Department that DNA had only been found in the steering wheel. Told you it had to be car related. Anything found is going to be in this car. Very big piece of evidence. The only piece of evidence besides this camera footage is going to be this car. Thanks for the 2 likes. You know how we do. Drew Kesse also stated DNA on the steering wheel, driving the fucker around. Drew Kesse also stated, we see him driving. Drew Kesse also stated that the person of interest listed had been greatly reduced, the list of persons of interest, and that they now have a better chance at finding his daughter. Wow, than in previous years, really. So there's been podcasts here on Fox News Investigates the Kesse disappearance. I've never seen it. On October 21st, when regulars announced the documentary team will be doing a television series. It says released this year. Oh, it's already released. Really? Well. Okay, give me a second, because what the dad is saying is really good. It gives us a really good insight into shit we shouldn't be hearing, So, there's DNA. Good. The cops got it. We're good. It's on the steering wheel. It's good. I tell you, any DNA, any evidence comes from that car, hands down. So, and why wipe down the car? Well, obviously you're wiping down the car for trace evidence, which you didn't do well, and maybe whatever happens inside of this car. Give me a second. You know what really? He said this person of interest list had been greatly reduced. I wonder what the list is. They said they've spoken to 45 people since the case was turned over, and they had several persons of interest. So really, out of those 45 people, you have like, what, 2 or 3, let's say? Let's just throw up like 2 or 3 people, right? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting? Isn't that interesting? Right to the footage. Hey. So we're going right to the footage, okay? Let's go. I'm gonna loop it. This is really bad footage, guys, so you gotta work with me here. But we're gonna see if we can, what I'm thinking here is the person in interest list is highly low, right? So they reduced it. But I wonder what that list, like, who, listen, you gotta think about Jennifer Kesse and her life and like who's interacting with her. It's not anyone she knows, so this is a random event. It's not money related. Wow, what is that? Is that the person? Isn't that something, huh? That's what you get, guys, in the first, right? Now here is the AI probably cleaned up. This is gonna be cleaned up, they're saying. Because what's blocking here is the fence, right? Black shoes, nice shoes. Jeans of some type. But look at this, block distraction. But this is something, man. You know what this looks like, guys? Obviously it's a white t-shirt, so it's just a plain white tee. That's not gonna tell you much. Black shoes, blue jeans. So what you would say is white shirt, this is not color, but you would say white shirt, blue jeans, black dress shoes, right pin, 2006. Is it like a mushroom cut? Is it like a fade? See the hairline, like white Mexican. I was thinking one of those workers, those Spanish workers. Black hair, complexion here, you know, like a mushroom cut fade. Let's run it and run it. And we're gonna find something out here on this motherfucker before the AI clean it. How can we find it out? Is this in frames? Wow, yeah, you see a good shot of the back of the head there, man. What is it? This is not two shabs. But that is horrible, but look. There's gonna be 3 frames. First frame, second frame. Look at the crew cut, look at the fade. Is that that's not a hat, right? That's a fade cut. Black hair. Keep going with it, because this is all we got. And that's the 3rd frame. That's it. Yeah, they're gonna give us the closest, like I said, so the white shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, black hair, it's cut. So this is shorter. His hair, the hair here is shorter than the top. Very like mushroomy, bigger on the top, smaller fade here. Who has that kind of haircut back then, 2006, around that area? But either way, I think we're gonna go to something here. It's not robbery the motive. The robbery's not the motive. It was, and I know what it was. It was assault. It had to be assault. This person wanted to assault her, and he did it waiting for her to come back from vacation. Knew she was on vacation. Was that person just walking? We're gonna Google Earth. I want to Google Earth her apartment complex and where the car was parked. Maybe we can see where she is. You know, this person is not like. They could see by the mileage, couldn't they? About how far? Like, because there's a lot to work with here. I mean, look at that black hair. It's a young person. To me, this is a young person. You know, just by movements and the speed and the look of this person, it is a male. It is young, maybe 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, but it looks 20s, and it's a male. There's no doubt about it. He's shorter than her. Why is he shorter? I know why he's shorter. Oh my God. And yeah, you want a stereotypical viewer, then I'm gonna do it. I know this person. Black hair. I know the style. I know it. And I know why they're shorter. So they know the height of the person. They know that she's 5'7". You know who's shorter? The construction workers. They're the ones that are 5'3" to 5'5". And that have black hair and wear those kind of clothes and that kind of hairstyle. That's it.
That's it. That's what I'm going with. It's getting hot. But anyways, that's what I'm going with. That's it. So they have a list of suspects. Yeah, guys, who's 5'3" and 5'5" and male? She's 5'7". What male would be 5'3" to 5'5"? More than likely one of these construction workers. I want to read this again. Chris, give me a second. What's really interesting, guys, is that Jennifer Kesse told family members on several occasions there's been work to be done in her apartment complex. She just bought the condominium. She lives there. Kesse told family members on several occasions. That's more than once. All right? That's more than once. She told family that construction workers constantly catcalled, whistled at her, and harassed her. Due to the language barrier, investigators were unable to interrogate many of them. No other leads regarding them were discovered. The height and the appearance of this person is of Mexican descent or Spanish descent, one of these construction workers. And the trace evidence they have, the DNA evidence, is specific to that, maybe. That this person is of another race. What race they might have it. So, I don't know if they have race by DNA, guys. I really didn't go far, but if they don't, then they don't. It's just male or female DNA. I don't know what they have with DNA. How much they have, I'm not a DNA expert. What I'm saying is I don't need to be, because that person is male, that person is young. Now he's about in his 40s or 50s. So he's going to be arrested more than likely by genealogy, right? The genealogy tree, and he'll be arrested on the news. This cold case and arrested due to trace DNA left in the car. He left a piece of evidence. And then you're like, well, the dog traced it back to the apartment. It does look like he's getting out of the car and then getting out and going back to the apartment in that direction. Is that where the apartment is? So, right? Is that where the apartment is? That direction? Jennifer Kesse. Mm-hmm. The mosaic, huh? So these people are working on her place. She tells her family about these construction workers whistling, making sounds. They can't communicate because of the language barrier. But she's not stupid, and she bothers her. It bothered her so much that she told family members twice about these encounters. This person in the surveillance footage is of middle age, 20 to 25, a young person looking, black hair, faded hair, like of the time of 2006, white t-shirt, black shoes, pretty plain. They're close. They stay close. I'm telling you, man, it's one of these construction workers. Robbery wasn't the motive, though, you're saying, right? Because what was it? Well, you know what the motive was. All these items are with her. This person didn't take them. I want to look up her apartment complex. So we're going to look this up real quick. I'm getting angry because I'm looking for the damn apartment complex, the Mosaic apartment in Orlando. Mosaic. You know what it is? The person was watching the vehicle too, where it's parked, and it didn't get discovered for 2 days, and I believe they did call it in. Who's this person that called it in? That's phenomenal. So here's the Mosaic. Yeah, the Millennial Condominium. Really? Look at the address over here. Grand Central Parkway. Okay. Okay, I gotta go Google Earth on this shit real quick. Find Grand Central Parkway and the Mosaic. There it is. Nope. There it is, yeah. Mosaic. Wow. Nice. Damn. I can't get street view on this for some reason, so I'm gonna go down aerial. I'll show you where we are gonna be here in Orlando. Wow. Guys, it's so goosebumpy, you know, to go inside the Mosaic. So we're going inside the Mosaic Millennium, and the car was found just a mile away. So here's her apartment complex. Let's give me a second. I want to see where this Conroy Road. Yeah, that's it. Locksmith, Orlando. Photography. Conroy. There's a lake here. There's a big body of water. There's a lot of bodies of water here. You know, a lot of bodies of water. A second here. I want to see where the car was parked. Car was parked next to a condo complex at Huntington Green Court. Huntington Green Court. All right, guys, I'm looking, all right? So, Huntington Green Court. Oh, man, where's this place? Can't find it. I'm still looking for where the car was parked. We got her apartment complex, and then we're going to see where this car is parked. So I'm going to go the other direction. Huntington Green Parkway. Okay, I'm still looking. I'm going across the highway to the other direction, but I think I'm in the wrong area here. Okay, we're going the other way again. Hidden Umbrella Gift Shop. Wow, there's so many woods here, guys. There's a lot of woods and dense woods behind this complex. Where is this? I want to see where the car is parked. I really do. Interesting stuff. Give me a second here because it says car found next. Oh, we got to go further over Young Parkway. Okay. We're still not finding it. Wow. Wait. Go. Still looking for this, where the car is parked. It's not that easy, huh? Looking for Huntington, anything with Huntington. Well, isn't that a shame? Nah. For some reason I can't get this down. Okay, we're gonna go back towards her apartment because I'm really The mosaic is here. Then they're saying you're gonna go down Micaiah Drive. Where is that? I gotta be in the right place. I'm in Orlando. All right, I found it. I found it. So by car, it's a 9-minute drive from her apartment to Huntington Green Court. All right, let me show you. So here was her apartment, the mosaic, right? With the mosaic. Right, anyway, this will be the mosaic. Yeah, mosaic. So there's the mosaic. Oh shit. Mosaic, and then they're going to where the car was found, Huntington Green Court. So it's found here in this apartment complex. Somebody calls it in 2 days later. And sitting here. A black car is sitting amongst these cars. And someone that is, look at all these cars. So this is the apartment complex it's found in. And somebody calls in, everybody calls this in, because they happen to see the same black car and amongst all these cars, and they happen to think it's hers. Chevy Malibu. It's just, that's a hell of a find, you guys. You know, needle in a haystack. 2 days late, right? This person got really what? Like, just impatient? They must have lived here and just watching the car. And they watched and waited, and no cops came, so they called the cops. I don't know. It sounds like, the video looks like this is 9 minutes. He gets the person, it's a man, 20, 25. What does that look like to you? What does that really look like to you? And it's so prominent, even though we can't see fully. And you tell me you need AI to describe this person and to see who it is? That is the best shit you're gonna get right there. The crew cut, you know, the fade, guys, the fade, the person is a male. It's a fade, it's black hair, it's a white shirt, blue jeans, black shoes. We're good to go. Young person, young person. Now they're probably in their 40s. Thanks for the 3 likes, I appreciate it. They're probably in their 40s. So 9-minute drive. How long a walk on foot? 23 minutes. 23 minutes to walk a 9-minute drive. So this person parks the car here. And where are they walking to? What direction do they walk? I don't know what direction that is. There's a building here, a brick building. You know, things have changed. But look at these buildings. They kind of look like the same damn brick buildings. Looks like to me. Where is that? Where's this camera? There's a fence. Okay. All right. Where's this camera at, man? That other video too probably shows, but Metro T-Mobile store there. So is that the store that caught the
It's the only store that's nearby, guys. It's across the street from this apartment complex, you know? That's probably where the camera possibly caught this. I don't really know. No, there's hedges. There's hedges. Yeah, I don't know. That looks like what it is. Is it a parking lot with... Possibly, right? Parked over here with the car found? I don't know. This is all we got. So, yeah, young person. Young. 20s, 21, 25. Not no older than 27. Moves fast. Very agile. Moves fast, see? Young person. Young. Shape. Young and in shape. 5'3", 5'5". Who would be that size in that area at this time? Who would be allowed in that nice area, working, right? To abduct her in the morning? Well, a worker that worked there, right? In the morning, that was there early, that knew her routine, that knew she'd come back on a Monday from her trip, was dying to see her. Come on, guys. Psycho. Look at this. Where's this person walking to? The dog, they think this person walked back to the apartment on foot? That's a 30-minute walk. So my belief is this is the person parked the car here at the Huntington, right? And they it depends on the direction they're walking in that camera. If they're walking this way, whatever, but they live very close. Like they live around where they parked the car because they're watching it to see who's gonna come get it. Really, man, really, you know, that's my reasoning on why you would park a car to be found in a murder or in a crime, you know? You want it to be found. Like you don't want to, you have nowhere to take it. Look at these bodies of water. You know, there's plenty of bodies of water, there's plenty of forestry. There's no way this person was like driving, they can see, no, they didn't drive far. You know? Where do you think she is? You know? She's not like in Europe, she's not in the ocean, okay? She wasn't taking the city over. She's around. She is around. Her body's around with her iPhone, her iPod, her briefcase, and the same work clothes. You know, you just pick your spot here. You know? She's not in the house. She's not in someone's house. She's in one of these bodies of water in this forestry. I would definitely assume one of these bodies of water first. To walk into these woods, look at all these places you can do it. So, within this radius, wow. There's something missing, but they have it. They have more. They have DNA from the car. He left the car. This person was not up. You know what it was when you think about it? This person wasn't about money for sure because, or like pulling off with the perfect heist, you know? So, yeah, you're not going to leave a car behind if it comes to a perfect robbery heist. So it wasn't robbery. It wasn't for her financier job. It wasn't to take her watch because all the valuables are left. The money's left. She's gone. The only thing that's not there is her. So this person's intention was her the whole time, right? She was the target, and that's it. You know why there's no evidence in her home, guys? Like, there's no, like, everything seems pretty normal here in the home, in her apartment, because, yes, the cops are correct. She was abducted outside. So she was able to lock her apartment and then get out, and this person ran up on her, you know, whatever, how that transpired. But that's why the apartment's fine, because she was able to lock it and yeah, walk out. And this person did it, yeah, like the cops say. I believe the cops on that one, that she was attacked going to the car. Hence why the person had the car and used the car for travel. And guess what, guys? This person didn't have their own car. Stop it, Review. You're too damn good. You're fucking right, I'm too damn good.
Yeah, this motherfucker didn't have his own car. That's why he took her car to do his little nasty deed. So yeah, he took her car because he didn't have a car. Now, who doesn't have a car and walks on foot and looks like that? One of these construction workers. So I'm with the cops here. It's probably one of these construction workers and they know it. And they have plenty of evidence against them. They have DNA, they just gotta match it. But it's one of these construction workers, guys, and that person was like 20, 25 years old at the time. Now they're like 40 or 50, you know? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I know when I heard about it, I thought it was one of the construction workers. It was very creepy. All right, so the construction worker. I really want to thank everybody for the 3 likes and any attention. 72 minutes in, 58%. Jennifer Kesse, I'm kind of like going to the end here of the stream. There is another case I think I might want to cover either tonight or tomorrow. If I'm up for it tonight, I'm going to go for it. But there is another case I want to cover. This, you know, what do you guys think about that? You know, the whole thing, the footage, where, you know, the footage where she is. Where is she? Well, she's dead. We know that. But where is she? I told you where she is. There's Lake Eleanor. There's a whole bunch of lakes here. There's a whole bunch of bodies of water. There's a whole bunch of forestry. But I would think in one of these lakes. You know, like we're on Google Street Earth, whatever, or aerial image, guys. I can go fucking deep in this shit. Maybe we can see anything in the water. But really. Whoa, what are we doing here? I think we're doing some weird ass Google Earth shit, but look at that. What is that? That's big. Whatever that is in the lake is big. What is that? Look at that. Huh. All right, if these bodies of water, everyone that you're seeing is Beverly, right? What do you think? We can go really deep into that, but you know, if you look, you know, woods wouldn't really be the place to be, would it? For a body. Yeah, maybe. There's plenty of places though to get it done. En route. This is her apartment complex, right? The mosaic. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's a mosaic. It's gorgeous. Right? The mosaic is gorgeous. Wow. So, who looks like that, right? Who looks like that? And who would you describe like that? A construction worker looks like that. Young one. He's 40 now. His 40s. The person parks the car. So listen, if you're gonna abduct her, which the person does, they successfully abduct her, they're driving the car.
Listen to me though. What's strange is that they're driving this car because there's no, they're not. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I'm all joggled up here. Hmm? You know what's hard to believe, everyone? This person is only 5'3" to 5'5", right? And Jennifer is 5'7". So the only way that Jennifer's not like jumping out the car when it's moving or trying to escape, or this person's able to overpower Jennifer is by what means? A gun? Like it has to be a weapon. It has to be a gun. You know? Look at that person, man. You're telling me that's not like black hair, like a mushroom cut with a fade, shorter hair on the side, white t-shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, young, 20s, 21, possibly 25. I would say no, 19 to 25 years old. Possible white male, possible Spanish, Mexican. It's either white or Mexican, light skin. That's what it is. That black hair though is really what's pushing me towards Mexican with the team. You know, one of those workers, construction worker. It's like construction worker outfit. See, that's what I'm getting at. This is like a construction worker would wear on the day of work, in the morning of work. So he's going to work as a construction person, and he decides, she just got back from vacation, guys. He's excited, he's ready to go. He's been planning this, and he takes her car. You know why he's a construction worker too? He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have his own transportation. That's why he takes her car to get this done. So this person doesn't have a car. They have nothing of their own, and that's it. And they say, well, there's valuables, you know. The intention wasn't robbery. So it's like this person wasn't like, you know what it was? There must have been a fascination here with her, a really deep fascination. This person was really obsessed with her, like watching her every day, guys, go to work. They knew their work routine. You know what gets me? They knew their work routine. And that's why it's one of these construction workers that show up early and know her work routine. They know when she gets home, they know when she leaves. They're working from like 6 to 6, right? At this renovation, hanging out, bullshitting. You guys don't want to believe me? Well, let the DNA, there's DNA now. So let it just come out and you'll find the person's Spanish descent. He was a construction worker, and then I'll be fine with it. This is what this looks like to me. Who is this person connected to her? It's not a family member, they're saying. It's nothing like that. So, and they're saying that the intention, the motivation was not robbery of Jennifer Kesse. It wasn't money. So, well, you know what the other motive is. And you know what those workers were doing. You know, it's like a construction worker to me. The outfit, something he would wear. So the reason I'm paused here is because this is the best footage you're gonna get. And this person, you know what it was too? The drive is really short, and I don't think this person had a license. Obviously, they didn't have a license. They didn't have a car, so there is no license. This person, surprised they got it from point A to point B. It can't be. She can't be far. Wherever her body is, it ain't far. This person did not drive far. They're not an experienced driver. They don't have a driver's license. They risk getting pulled over and caught driving with a body in the car any further than necessary. This is why this person is walking. They feel a lot more comfortable getting out of this car, obviously, than you know? You know what I mean? They want the car to be found. They wiped it down, so they wanted it to be found. They didn't want it, because they had nowhere to go with it, right? Like, you think about it, like, you know, you're not gonna bring it to a chop shop. You can't bring it home. You don't have a home. They're gonna know something's up because you all of a sudden bring home a victim's car, so he can't bring it home. See? So he's just gotta let it go. He's gotta drop it off somewhere, wipe it down of his fingerprints of any crime, but he didn't do a good job. And yeah. All right. Thanks, bud. Don't even worry about it then. Just gonna keep doing that. So, you know, this is my play on this, you know, is that I'm taking it to the bank on this person. Okay, I'm taking it to the bank. Construction worker, young, 20s. Construction workers, right? The shirt, the jeans, the shoes, just a little fit. And the hair, look at the black hair. It's shorter than the top hair. So who has a fade like that? Who gets cut like that? Who gets a cut like that? Princino Alina said hi. Hey, Princino Alina, how are you? Princino Alina, we're talking about Jennifer Kesse tonight, some true crime. And I'm the Real Ram Reviewer. Thanks for joining. Appreciate your time. But this is the surveillance footage of the suspect, the one that murdered. Right, she's dead. And she was killed by murder. Where? Okay. Free frames is all you will get. This beginning video is very, very blurry, right? But look at this circular parking lot. Let's just post it there real quick. So the circular parking lot, where is it in conjunction to Huntington here? So this is where the car was parked. And what we're gonna look for is that circular, right? That circular parking lot. Where is that in conjunction to this footage? If I miss it, I miss it. But what? It's way far from when the car was parked. Right? They're saying a complex near is Huntington Green Court. It says the car found next to condo complex at Huntington Green Court. Okay. So the circular, look at that parking lot. So this camera would be shooting. Wow. So this camera would be shooting. Fuck me. Where's this camera shooting from? That's the person. So this is the person before hitting the fence. Now, everything has changed so much, so it's hard to. But this 3-shot, I'm just looking for like anything that resembles that little 3-shot, you know, the little swirly. That's weird. All right, I can't match it up, but it's because you can't get street level, but it doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. It's a grove there. Okay, so we're gonna stay on Huntington. You calling a car that you find in this parking lot is really, really rare. That person is, so you can talk to that person a little bit. Like, you know, you really are in a true crime. You should be on YouTube with it if you're pointing out cars in this parking lot that are black, that are Chevy Malibus, that are victims. That's crazy. But this plays out. That's the best. Wow, here's the best you can do with that, huh? Give me a second on this footage, because we did do the other footage, but AI has been gone so much. Technology has gone so much. I understand it's a blurry image. You know what stands out about this image, about this part of this video, is that it's so, this person is very bright, right? Like their shirt, the white shirt really stands out. See, this person comes out of the woodworks and they move fast. See how fast the ground they cover? Boom, 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 without a run. So I'm thinking it's young. And we're gonna see why, I'm gonna loop it. But yeah. Is that a lake? Wait a second, what is that, the pool? Hold on, I think that's the pool. Go back and run it. Is that the pool? These are pools? Didn't seem to notice they were pools. These are pools. Okay, didn't notice. Yeah? Could we say that is the pools?
How? So if I go down ground level, that's the pools, right? Is that what we're looking at? These dual pools? It can't be though. It just so looks there. What else is around here that looks like that? Okay. The pools look like that. There's no other pools. Okay. Okay. I guess I'll go with that. I don't see anything that kind of resembles that, but that, 2 circles. No? Give me a sec. 2 circles. Here he is. So is that it? Walking through those pools? You'd be walking, so this person would be, here's the pools, here's the smaller one, this would be the bigger one, possibly. He's walking towards over on the other end of the smaller one, right here. Where's he going? Okay, so he's going as far as, he's on foot. So if he's going in this direction, where's the fence? I wonder where that fence is that he hits, right? That he's covered in. Is it like around here? Is there a fence here at one time? I don't know. But there's cars, so that can't be the video. It's like cars speeding up ahead, right? No, it is. It sure can be him. All right, so he comes up this path behind the pool, right, or whatever. I don't know. That's elevated either way. He's coming up, and then this right here, I think, is where the camera is, like in the fence, because you see this brick wall, you know? Does that kind of make sense? I don't know. It's something like that, like in this little area. And he's walking to his house or whatever. He's walking. There's the only place he could be walking to. It's another apartment. So. Yeah, because that's a parking lot, right? Yeah, this is a parking lot. Wow, it's creepy to be there, you know? Where this killer walked. Second. Okay, there you have it. There's your murderer. For the purpose of, wow, young person. He's young. I know he's young by the haircut, and by the movement, and by the dress. And the size, the height difference with him and that woman, with Jennifer Kesse, is very, very telling. This person is a construction worker, you know. He doesn't drive, he doesn't have a license, and this body isn't far. And we're gonna find it one day, and he's gonna give it up, if he's still alive. Young person. Wow, I wanna stop there real quick because I didn't see that part. Give me a second, I wanna analyze it a little bit further.
Very, very good part there, guys. Honestly, of that walk. So here he goes here, there. Wow, kind of pause, like, it is just that hair that does it for me, you know? It's like the arm, you know, either way. Not much, but there is enough. 1, 2, 3. Out of it in 3 seconds, or, you know, like three frames. Quick. Person's fast. You know, very fast. Young, slim. So there you have it. I think we're done with this one. What do you think? Give me a moment. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Reddit till we finish this, guys, and we're gonna finish up the stream. So we're gonna go to Reddit to um, this person, Humble Bell, on Reddit a year ago says, this is at the top of my list of cases that I really want to be solved in my lifetime. I've been pessimistic about this one being solved, but the recent movement in the Asher Degree case has renewed some optimism. I mean, I really hope they can find Jennifer's family. Okay. Nothing on Reddit, because what you have, listen, what really is telling, I'm going to tell you what's telling about this, is that there's no enemies that she's known, there's no problems, no affair, there's no disgruntled employee. I mean, you could say that the dude wanted a relationship, but that doesn't, they would know if that was the guy or not, the boss. They know it was the husband or not, they know it was the ex-boyfriend or not. There's DNA. They would know if it was a family member or not, right? So you're excluding all those people. It really, you would think it would slim in your list, but it really widens it, right? So now you got to go to the outside sources. Well, who's an outside source? All right. You know why she wasn't abducted on Monday? I'm going to tell you why. Because, yeah, she went right to work from her boyfriend's. So that's why she wasn't abducted on Monday and why she was abducted on Tuesday. Does that make sense? So this kidnapper, this person that was going to abduct her or whatever, you know, for his own cruel intentions, was going to do it Monday, but she went on vacation and then went right to work on Monday. She didn't stop home, right? So morning of Monday, he drove straight to work on the morning of Monday. That's why nothing happened. See? See, guys? That makes sense, doesn't it? Makes
makes complete sense to me. Why it was Tuesday. Because Monday morning she went right to work. So the abductor didn't have a chance to abduct her. But he wanted to on Monday, guys. But he didn't get a chance. Thanks for the 4 likes. I appreciate you giving me some love. Fucking trying real hard here, man. I mean, you know, nobody's brought that out, right? Nobody's probably brought these things out. I mean, you need all this bullshit, right? These clickbait videos. Like, come on. So that's I was wondering, everyone, why it didn't happen today, and like, you know, like why this happened all on Tuesday. Yeah, it really was. I was like, wait a second, this don't make sense to me. You know, like the Tuesday shit. Yeah, yeah, it was weird. It was weird the Tuesday. So that is the reason why it's Tuesday morning and it's not Monday morning, because the little construction fuck uh, didn't count on her just going right to work from the boyfriend. So yeah, that's why it wasn't Monday, guys. What do you think? Makes sense? I think it makes sense. That's why it was Tuesday. Yes, they do. The only other person that would know her whereabouts and know what she's doing is somebody that's there every day. Oh, excuse me. You know, that strikes me as someone that is just really novice, man. You know, strikes me as someone the cops gotta. They need evidence, man. You know, they might have him, but they need evidence. Apparently, they have it. I don't know how this tenant knew that the car in the nearby complex was sitting there for several days. Who takes note of a car sitting there for several days? I don't know. Not really. Not in a parking lot. Like, it's kind of weird, I just think. This person is a piece of shit, you know? I'm looking at this fucker in a still. And he's probably 40, 50 right now. Thinking he's home sweet home. See, this whole thing, right? I want to read this again. At the time she disappeared, she was working as a finance manager, right? Okay, she recently bought a condominium in Orlando. The weekend before she vanished, Kesse vacationed with her boyfriend. After returning on Sunday, she spent that night at her boyfriend's home in Fort Lauderdale. And then she drove straight to work on the morning of Monday, the 23rd, which is a 3-hour drive. So yeah, that saved her life on that Monday. But then she was last seen when she left for work. Because after that, she leaves for work, she goes home. She does her per usual. She wakes up, everything's normal inside the apartment. So this isn't like a forced abduction, like a break-in and entry. This person wasn't hiding in her house. They did abduct her outside the apartment and lead her to her car. And maybe you hopped in the car when she was hopping in. I don't fucking know. She was in the habit of texting her telephone and her boyfriend before leaving for work, so it was unusual that she didn't need it the next morning. So yeah, that's why. She's been dead before 10 p.m. That's why she didn't answer the phone. See, you know, the part that really stands out to me is that at the time of her disappearance, Kesse's condominium complex has been undergoing a major expansion, and many of the laborers on site were non-English speaking. So that looks like a non-English speaking person to me, honestly, walking by. I'm not just being biased, I'm telling you, black hair, in shape, basic clothes like a construction worker would wear, basically white t-shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, just just she goes to work on the morning of Monday, guys, right to work. So that's why she's not kidnapped on Monday. She's kidnapped on Tuesday. This person was probably going to do it Monday, but she didn't show up. So they did it Tuesday. And then who would know her movements like that? In and out. It would be a construction worker that's there bright and early every day doing an expansion on the place. Laborer. Kesse told family members on several occasions that the construction workers catcalled, whistled at her, and harassed her. That's it. Give me a minute, because you know what we're going to hit on, guys? If it is indeed a non-speaking English person, I told you they don't have a license, they don't have a car. They took her car. That's the reason they took her car, to do their deed. That was their plan from the start. Take her car. Which town is this? This is Orlando, huh? Okay. So the Hispanic or Latino population in the city of Orlando makes about 35.4% of the total population, numbering over 113,000 of the residents. 35% of the residents. The area code 32822 hosts the highest concentration of Hispanic residents in the city. What area code is that? So I'm just gonna go ahead and just Google it. What is that? It's Orlando, Orange County, near Conway, Ventura, and Rio Pinar. Where is she? Conway. Yeah, guys, right here. Wow, Americana, near Conway, Ventura, and Rio Pinar. It doesn't matter. Never matters. It'll never matter. Because I'm looking at images of Jennifer Kesse. Those trousers don't fit this person, you know? Those white socks, trousers aren't fitting this person. They're short, but his pants aren't really good fit. Strikes me as somebody that's very, young. That crew cut. Jennifer. All right, so I think I'm done here. I think we did it. I think we came what we needed to do. I want to thank everybody for liking the 4 likes. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Listen, it got hot. I had to take my shirt. It was getting hot in here. It's getting freaky. It's late. It's 2:20. I might come back with another one. I might not. Who knows? But this one wasn't too shabby. All right, everyone. I really thank everyone for the likes. If you want to support the channel, like I said, demonetized. Thank you for everything. If you want to support, just donate to my channel. Rings